gonna get you by the goosebumps, goosebumps. Gotta get you by the goosebumps, gotcha. They gonna get you by the goosebumps, goosebumps.
Hello and welcome back to Drunken Book Club. I'm your host, Christopher the Horror Rupel, joined with...
Sam, you pinched me and you're dead.
Noelia, I don't know what to say.
Weiss, the HorrorLand adult.
And this week, I read... I read One Day at HorrorLand. Sam read the comic, and Weiss and Noelia didn't know that we were going to be doing this one today, because I was just like, I need to finish this book really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, I forgot, we need to get this one in ASAP. And I was like, screw it, Weiss and Noelia are already coming over for an episode, so let's just do this one.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's hard for me to read half the time anyways.
Yeah, you're good. I literally started reading this one yesterday and finished it this morning.
Oh, nice.
Because I was just like, I was even thinking, like, I didn't even realize until this morning of, like, shit, we should record this one today. Mm-hmm. I was going to do, like, 2, like, super in the future episodes instead. So what's up, Sam?
Well, I was going to say, like, you're going to give me, like, a week to read it, and then you're like, oh, we can just do it today. Here's the comic book.
Yeah, I was just like, here you go, read the comic adaptation, Sam. Mm-hmm. Drawn by the same person who did Scary Godmother.
The artwork's good. Like,
yeah.
I think it conveyed what it needed to really well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Weiss, you love Scary Godmother, don't you?
No.
I actually used to hate it, partially because it was like on
They
Cartoon
played it
Network
all the time.
Like, as soon as September hit, they're like, do you want to watch this?
Yeah.
Too bad you're going to watch this for 60 days.
It was so ugly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and like the kid's voice annoyed me. And then like the one monster that's like, that one werewolf that's just a fat ass and is like, I'm going to eat everything. Ooh.
Hey, leave Fatty McFat alone.
I don't know why I'm thinking about Igor, that one animation.
Because it was ugly, but it was also stylized.
I liked Igor.
Yeah, Igor.
Whatever.
Igor, whatever.
I don't know what it is. I like that one.
It had Susie Izzard in it.
Yes. And it also had some good music in there.
Yeah.
I got a woman as big as a house.
The bigger the woman, the bigger the house. But yeah, we read One Day at HorrorLand. We got way off track on that.
ADHD be ADHD in today.
This is the official, unofficial ADHD podcast.
No, there's other podcasts that go way off topic at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
So how familiar are you guys with One Day at HorrorLand? Weiss?
I think I read it as a kid. It's just I haven't read it in a long time, so it's like in the back of my mind. When you say that, I just get reminded of a couple things.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all. Like, there's something in there, but I can't, like... Unless you say it, it's probably going to come up later.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I have no experience with it, so 0.
Woohoo! And Sam?
I just read it, so that's about... And I watched the TV show one time.
Yeah, I think we watched that one together one time.
The TV episode, so that's the full experience that I have.
I don't even think I've watched the TV episode.
I remember seeing the TV episode way before I read the book, because I didn't read this one until my teenage years of reading Goosebumps books. But like, I love the TV show episode. It's really good. Like, surprising, like, it actually has some pretty decent costumes for the horrors, like the green creatures.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. They actually look pretty decent. So
yeah, I just remember the cover. It's just like a little brown wooden side saying HorrorLand.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. There you go.
That's why I kind of remember it.
All right, so I guess if anything, Noelia, I want to pick your brain for a second.
All right.
When I say One Day at HorrorLand, what do you think this book is going to be about? Before we go any deeper into this,
I think it's going to be about some sort of amusement park accident.
Final Destination, here we come.
Oh no, Final Destination 3.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, was that an amusement park or was that a county fair?
It was like a county fair, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh,
which is
very
much more
That
plausible.
one is like so dumb but fun.
I feel, I will say it's more likely to happen now these days. I've seen
an accident.
now that we have the internet, we've seen a lot of lot of videos.
I don't know. Alrighty, well, you're pretty much the only one who isn't familiar with One Day at HorrorLand before this, so I won't pick anyone else's brain, really.
Alright.
I'll go over the cover of this one. Actually, it's more of a review than anything. I'm kind of in between on this one. I rather like the sign with the horror peeking over it, claws digging into the sign. Here you go. Well, you can take a peek at that. Yet, I find HorrorLand in the background to look like a generic amusement park, which is slightly disappointing since this is a horror-themed park run by monsters. Also, that tree next to the sign looks weird, and I don't like that tree.
Let me see the tree.
I want to see the tree too.
We're like, let me see the tree.
It's like, hold on.
I don't like the tree. It looks off to me. Like it looks like it was
looks
added
cool.
late. Like it looks like it's just there to add fill space.
I feel like he had the finished painting with the horror and like the amusement park in the background.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you need something to fill the dead space, and he's like, fuck it, and just
Just,
Yeah, Jacobus was just like, fuck it, tree.
here's your tree.
Can't put anything else on here.
no, it's just a pair of Converse. Just
I think it has way too
Fuck
many
you.
weird, creepy branches.
It's just too many branches. Too many branches. I don't like this.
Too many cooks.
Alright, so we're gonna get into the story. Like I said already, I only had the 2 days to read this one and take notes, so I took the synopsis from the Goosebumps wiki.
Yay.
If there's any errors, Spongy, you don't need to fix it this time, it's okay. I'm not gonna say fix it, Spongy. Weiss will.
we're gonna make Weiss fix it.
Eventually, I'll
Yeah.
fix it.
No, we're gonna make Weiss say fix it, Spongy.
Fix it, Felix.
Yeah, there you go. The Morris. Oh, and as always, guys, don't be afraid to interrupt with your sound effects, your notes, your questions, your jokes. Make fun of this, even though I do think this is one of the best Goosebump books, actually.
Wait.
Right.
The Morris family is driving through the desert, searching for the Zoo Gardens theme park.
In the middle of the desert?
Dad got lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that I'm gonna guess they're in California. Was my thought,
No,
because even though it's basically Busch Gardens.
it's Busch Gardens, yeah.
But the closest, there's not a close desert.
There's no desert near Busch Gardens. That's
Like, Dad would have to get super lost, like
Yeah.
states over lost.
yeah.
Whereas California, it doesn't take that much to go from like LA city area to like desert.
Suddenly,
bullshit.
yeah.
And then go to the wrong and get lost and not find your Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland or
Or
what
end
have
up in
you.
Tijuana. Like,
That would be more
LA.
San Diego.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get to San Diego from LA pretty quick and then get
Yeah.
lost there. And they were lost for like 3 hours.
And this is pre GPS,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's the other thing I'll give it to them is this is when you had to use a map and hope you know where the fuck you are to start with.
The family consists of Lizzie, Luke, and Luke's friend, Clay, and the parents.
oh, he's got the best friend that got lucky.
And got to go to the music park with them for the day.
Yeah.
His parents must hate him. Who named their kid Clay?
What? Clay's a cool name.
Clay's not the worst name.
There's a cool Pokemon gym leader named Clay, isn't there?
I think Clay is like the one that I don't like, partially because of like
Is he
a
like
weird...
Texas?
Yeah, no, he's like fake Texas.
I think he is.
It pisses
yeah.
me off even more because one, the Unova thing is New York based, so the desert in New York,
That's
and
true.
two,
Wait,
He could be like a conglomerate. Like
no,
Wasn't-
he's like that fucking Japanese, like
Hold on.
I'm a cowboy, yeehaw.
Oh,
Whoa, Sam.
No, that's literally what it says.
Let
he is.
him be a cowboy. Let him be a cowboy. You cannot gatekeep cowboys. You cannot gatekeep girl boss
I will
cowboys.
when they're in New York.
No.
Keep them from New Yorkers.
I love my New York cowboys with their paste salsa. You eat paste salsa, Sam. That's New York salsa.
yeah. If I can say something at the cancer convention I just came through, the dance theme was cowboys because it was in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And I did not want to dress up as a cowboy.
I like dressing up as a cowboy. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, baby.
I was gonna say that. Nice.
You can as well. Say it.
I'm a cowboy, baby.
Yeah! So fuck you, Weiss. We're gonna ride off into the sunset.
Yay.
Ding, ding,
Lone
ding, ding, ding,
Ranger,
ding, ding.
go come back.
See,
Come
the thing is,
back.
Weiss, you won't even have me because I'm going to go house sit in a couple minutes. So I get to go hang out with some dogs and some cats.
I guess I'll just go in a cupboard and wait for a kid to come get me.
Yeah, there you go. Also, did you ever know a kid who got to go on, like, someone else's vacation?
It was a cousin.
Okay.
But
it's still family, though.
it was family, but it wasn't like,
I guess it's not, like, close. I mean, depending on how close the cousin is, I guess.
yeah, like, when I was younger, most of our cousins were friends, because we didn't really know each other, you know?
Gotcha. So it's more, like, friendly than family.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We took one of my cousins who, like, out of nowhere. She
World
just
War
took
II.
him. Yeah, just came with us to Disneyland, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, I've never been, like, one to be like, I want to come along. Yeah, let's bring Chris along.
My sister got to bring her friend, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
I never got to do that.
Was this before you were born or after you were born?
Like, when I was little.
Okay.
Well,
I'm pretty sure, like, Laura came with us to places.
Well, technically, I went to Taiwan, and we were just dating. I don't know if that counts. That counts?
I feel like it's a little different, though, when you're dating.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, if you were just friends, like, if you were just, like, hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like if Juan came along to Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
I did invite one of his friends to come along.
That is true, yeah.
If he wants to.
Yeah, this year.
The father left the map at home, so they got lost. Soon they come across a forest, and they are sure that there is no hope until a frightening billboard reveals the existence of a theme park called HorrorLand.
And he didn't ask for directions. Typical 90s man.
While you're in the desert, there's no one to ask for
He
directions.
has to heal a monster, and it just starts slowly walking up to him, about to bite him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like, they literally are like, we gotta find a gas station. And they're like, what gas station? There's nothing for miles. Like, they are legitimately lost.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're in that crappy part of the desert where there's, like, no maps or anything to get to. No restroom stuff.
Not
Like, we're
even
talking,
the big
like-
fans.
Yeah.
We're talking, like, Aho, where, like, between here and Aho, where there's just jack shit, like...
Yeah.
From Tucson to Vegas.
Oh, that's
a boring trip.
one.
But Horrorland's 1 mile away. Woohoo. They drive there, but as soon as they are parked, the car explodes and the family narrowly escapes the blast.
Wait,
No
what?
way.
The car explodes.
That went from 0 to 100 real fast.
You're telling me this book went from like being like, oh, family trip, fun time. It's kind of scary that we're lost, but whatever. Car explodes.
No.
We are trapped here.
No,
what are we gonna do?
Yeah, Dad was one of those drivers that saw the engine lights like, we'll be fine.
It's fine. I don't need to put any more coolant in. What's the worst that could happen?
They are greeted by a worker in the toll booth in a lifelike costume, in quotes. He apologizes for the inconvenience, allowing them to enter the park for free. When they ask to use the telephone, they are informed that there are no telephones at Horrorland.
Also, I'm gonna say we apologize for the inconvenience. I'm like, did you blow up the car then? Which I'm pretty sure they did, obviously. But, like, I wouldn't apologize for the inconvenience. I'd be like, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks, but...
No, I'm just
No,
imagining.
they did it on purpose.
No, I'm more saying,
Yeah.
like, when they say we
Yeah.
apologize for the inconvenience. Like, that's what you say when the churro stand breaks down.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
Not
when the
when we
churros stand explodes. Sorry for the inconvenience, the churros exploded.
I'm just
Not when you
imagining-
blow up the car.
I'm just
Chursplosion.
imagining a little gremlin just like with a C4 and a detonator. Just
Probably what happened.
If I remember correctly, I did not rewatch the television show episode because obviously not a lot of hours, and I really wanted to beat Mega Man 4 today, and I did.
nice, good job.
Go me! I killed Sam Reich,
Somebody-
because he looks like the boss from that game.
He's been here the whole
Yeah,
time.
he's been in Mega Man 4 all this whole time. But yeah, we didn't get time to watch the episode. I vaguely remember like there being like a little moment where like they park on top of like a sewer grate and like a hand like they place a bomb on there. But I could be thinking of something else. I could be thinking of like a dumb 80s movie or something. Like, it's been years since I've rewatched this episode.
I'm just mastering the little goblins from Labyrinth now. Just like my brain's going 100% right now.
The parents decide to let the kids go off on their own, while they try to find a car. After narrowly escaping what seems to be a robot white wolf, the kids find a sign reading, "No pinching, Weiss."
No pinchy.
No pinche.
No.
Pinche cabrón.
See, all I can think of is pinche tacos. Have you seen that TikTok?
No.
It's this thing where it said pinches tacos, and they're like, you know what pinches mean? They're like, pinch it. And it's like two white people, and they're one Hispanic friend. They're
Oh
like,
my God.
pinches of flavor. And
Yeah.
he's like, it means fuck.
See, I know pinche cabrón because that's what my mom would call the dogs.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was just funny because I'm like,
Cabrón.
I was like, I know what this means. But them just being like, it's pinches of flavor.
It's pinches.
And he's like, no.
But the signs puzzle the kids. The kids are puzzled by these strange signs. And also, earlier on in the story, when they're in the car, the little brother is pinching Luke. And
He's like, I'm the
sister.
pinch master.
I'm the pinch master. So, foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, it's a literary device.
Kids decide to go on some rides. The Deadly Doom Slide is their first choice. It consists of 10 numbered slides. One of them being the never-ending Doom Slide that the workers warned about.
I just wanted to be the ones at the People County Fair where you see those kids like bump and like hit their
And fly.
yeah.
Where I'm just like, my tailbone hurts looking at it.
But those
Yeah,
those
dude.
slides are so much fun. I love doing those.
I've seen one where it's like the child's face is like super happy to go down. Immediately after that first bump, it goes from happy to like hurt and scared.
Yeah. For those who are wondering, Weiss is kind of referring to the carnival slides that are like five, like it's like 5 different slides.
It's like 10.
It's like 10,
Honestly,
is it like
yeah.
10?
It's all rainbow.
And like it's
colored.
like rainbow colored, and like you're not allowed to go all at once anymore, which sucks.
Oh.
Like I know some of them they only allow like only one at a time,
Oh.
kind of thing.
I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of having like 10 different slides. though.
Yeah. I think it's because people probably got hurt too much. Because carnies don't care.
Yeah.
I was gonna
That's
say,
the carny code.
my boss almost got in a fight with a carny at the Pima County Fair
Oh my goodness.
because we were working it and shit happened, and I'm not gonna say it on the podcast because
Gotcha.
Fair.
But yeah, he was like, I almost fought one.
So Lizzie chooses slide number 3 because 3 is her lucky number.
No.
Luke chooses slide number 2, and Clay chooses slide number 10 on the other side. Once Luke and Lizzie reach the bottom, they can't find Clay anywhere.
Let's say Clay's dead.
They ask one of the park workers where where Clay could be.
It's actually not the never-ending slide; it just changes your gender. He's Claire now.
He's
Yeah, he's
Claire.
Claire now. It's Crystal Claire.
Good for her.
Crystal
Good for her.
Claire.
Good for her.
Yeah. Oh, Crystal Claire is her drag name. The worker responds that he may have taken the Doom slide. Lizzie decides they should take slide number 10, thinking they'll end up where Clay is. The slide is very long, filled with hot, sticky cobwebs. The ride
The hot and sticky is the grossest part.
They're
Like,
I
they're
don't like
fresh.
that.
That's the thing. They're
Ugh.
fresh when you think about that.
Fresh from the spider's butt.
Oh.
Yep. The ride ends with a wall of raging flames. They discover that the rides in Horrorland are a little too scary, maybe even a little too dangerous. They soon decide to go find their parents, who have gone missing, only to be attacked by a vicious swarm of bats. This does skip over 2 things. They do skip over the House of Mirrors, which is one of the scariest moments in the book.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
like-
literally, they get lost and then separated by, like, clear glass, like, in their own separate rooms, and the glass rooms are squeezing in on them.
Ooh.
well, and like at first they're like, "This is lame."
Yeah, they're like...
It's not
This is
mirrors;
nothing.
it's just glass. But then, yeah, again, it's like,
Yeah, no, it starts concave, like, they're about to get squished to death, and then they just pop out the bottom.
Oof.
Like, it's, like, legit scary. Like, I would never call that a cop-out, because it's like, this is a kid's book. Let them live, obviously, but that's still scary.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that sounds
Also, I
horrifying.
find House of Mirrors to be scary, because, like, I don't know, have you guys seen It Chapter 2?
No.
I know Sam has.
I think of
It's
us.
the one where they're adults.
Oh, I don't remember.
So there's a part where James McAvoy or whatever,
Mhm.
Charles Xavier, is inside the House of Mirrors to save a kid, and he runs smack like face first in a glass mirror and like breaks his nose.
Oh,
And like
okay.
that's like the first thing I think of with like House of Mirrors is like just breaking your nose or just ramming in and hitting your head.
I didn't do Fantastic's gun. What's the laser tag for the longest time because I ran straight into a dark wall that I thought was like a hallway, and I didn't break my nose
But you
or it wasn't
busted
bleeding,
yourself.
but it was like, oh man, I can't get enough of watching the TikToks of people just running
Running into walls.
on the walls.
But
you heard it here first, folks. Send your people running into walls videos to Weiss.
Oh yeah,
I always think of Us
us.
I've been wanting to rewatch Us for so long.
because that beginning is so
Yeah.
because it happens like in the first few minutes and it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
creepy.
where the little
Ooh.
girl's in the House of Mirrors and
Yeah.
like sees that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to rewatch that for the summer, but like it is not streaming anywhere and pisses me off.
Yeah, I watched everything else except for us because I can't find it.
Yeah, that's like the one that they don't stream. I'm like once this first paycheck comes around, I might get it on Blu-ray just so I can watch it. But then it's gonna end up getting streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
Which I mean, hey, I'll at least own it, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, and then they get attacked by bats because they go into a place called the Bat Barn. Of course, there's fucking bats in the Bat Barn.
What'd you expect?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like what I don't know what you were expecting in there.
I mean, personally, if I were to walk into a barn of bats during the day, I wouldn't expect them to come out unless I was being noisy, you know?
True.
Like, I feel like they're just trying to sleep. They
It's
might
like-
poop on me.
It's like going to the zoo and just seeing the bats sleeping still. It's like,
Yeah.
what'd
Yeah,
you
that's what they do.
expect? Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it's more for our zoo, our own personal zoo. It's like going and seeing the lemurs asleep because lemurs are nocturnal.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's why they just kind of don't do much.
Yeah.
Because they're just...
I know
like-
a lot about lemurs after writing a Choose Your Own Adventure book about a were-lemur.
Mhm.
Continuing forward, after escaping from all this, they find their parents and decide to ride the safest ride in the park. I'm putting that in big old quotes. The Coffin Cruise.
Safest.
It is a relaxing ride down a river in a makeshift rafts made of coffin wood. It's not makeshift rafts, they're literally coffins. Wheeze, can you tell Spongy to fix that?
Sure, Spongy, fix that.
Thank you, Wheeze. It wasn't me this time.
Uh,
Soon they're locked into the coffins and are shocked to discover that there are spiders inside, which actually there aren't any bugs. They do not find any bugs, but they feel like there's bugs crawling around.
Yeah, that's what it said is they felt it, but...
Yeah. There's never confirmed spiders or ants. Because the little boy said ants, and main girl said spiders.
Song is being sung by a bunch of messed up animatronics.
Yeah. Tough beer for me, tough
beer for you. I'll have a dove. You'll have one too.
That song was supposed to go on longer.
You're gonna die now after all.
Listen to my Secret Simpsons podcast where I talk about all the weird stuff I learned from listening to the commentaries. No, this doesn't exist.
Or does it?
Sam knows for a fact. We were watching The Simpsons the other day, and I was like, there's 2 really cool stories about this specific episode.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, this episode has a really funny story. It was supposed to be the first Simpsons movie, and stuff like that.
Oh.
Maybe I'll make it a bonus episode on the Patreon.
You should. I think you should.
Or people could just listen to the commentary.
Dude, you should make like a video essay. That'd be great.
That'd be fun. I was about to say, but I feel like there's plenty of Simpsons stuff out there already.
Do your own.
There's so much.
Trust me, with AMVs, I'm pretty sure that somebody made the same AMV I did. And I was like, I don't care. I'm doing it for myself.
Fair enough. Alright, continuing forward, after they are let out, they try to escape, only to find a sign that says, "No exit. Nobody leaves Horrorland alive."
Oh dear.
They are soon captured by the workers of Horrorland, the Horrorland Horrors. These monsters put them on a monster game show where they exhibit the humans being killed or tortured on
That's
national
the TV show.
This is the TV show descriptions.
Oh.
Please say the line.
Spongy, fix that.
Thank you.
Because, yeah, that's
the TV show that they're on a game show. They're technically on like a reality show in this one.
Okay.
But no, they're Spongy, fix it. Thank you, Weiss, for saying that for me in my voice. You
Yeah,
do a great impression.
totally
of me.
was me.
Like, Weiss, just if you could just do the impression for me, okay?
Okay.
Hey, this is Weiss, and I'm Rupal. I'm a stupid head. I'm a poopy pants farter.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm always blown away whenever you do that, Weiss. It blows me away.
So good at that, man.
Now do Sam.
I've been hanging with you, do your podcast for so long. It's just I kind of got it down.
No, Elliot, can you do Sam's impression?
Oh dear. Let's see.
Hey, I'm Sam. I have reoccurring moderate depression. Ha 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 ha. I use humor to cope.
Man, Noelia.
Sorry, Sam.
I mean, it's true, though.
Yeah.
I can't be mad. It's true.
Can't be mad. Hey, we said roast us. We roasted. Get roasted, right?
Get roasted.
Man, this is why we keep you on the talent. I'm not even drunk. I had an idea for an alcoholic drink, but I just, like I said, I didn't have enough time to create something.
Hey, remember, the drinks are optional.
The drinks are optional. That is true. Weiss quoted, read the tagline at me.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to do something with the new Beetlejuice Fanta.
Ooh.
Because it's green, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a green apple.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be lime.
Dang it,
Nope,
man.
it's green apple.
I mean, I do like green apple soda, but it has to be Jones.
I'm
Jones or
good.
I'm out.
I think green apple stuff is my least favorite, unless it's covered in caramel.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, continuing forward with the actual story. As they're about to be pushed into a pit of death, actually it's like a pit of bubbling, like acid. Like purple acid.
Mm.
Lizzie remembers the no pinching signs around the park. She pinches at the horror, causing it to deflate and die. They actually don't die, they just deflate.
Okay.
This is important. No one dies in this book.
Oh.
No one dies. Not even the horrors. Because they actually do say, someone reinflate that horror in the book.
Oh.
You gotta blow the horror.
You gotta blow me. Blow me, man, blow me! I love that part in the book where she's like, blow me.
And the tube is right on the crotch. It just has to be.
It's just like that Gumball episode with the balloon guy.
With Alan.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
except more sad. Top 10 anime deaths. I quoted that today at my job to one of the people I was working with, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I'm just a joke."
Come on, guys. These are the jokes.
Yeah. The family begins to pinch several horrors, and that allows them to escape through the front gate, which is now open. But then the horrors give chase and run after them. The family steals a bus and drives home, where they discover a horror had clung to the back of the bus. Once the monster gets off the back, he gives them free passes to the park for next year.
Just that end.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, you forgot your free passes, guys.
At least we know what to do next time we go. Pinch.
Pinch.
Pinch,
Just start
pinch.
pinching everything.
Just a pinch.
Pinches.
What if
Pinches.
everything at the park is deflated at this point? Just like the slides.
It's pinch-proof everything.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Alright, so here's a couple of my notes. If you're curious about a list of attractions and rides, I've got them right here, baby.
Oh, okay.
So we have the Doom Slide, obviously.
Okay, the Doom Slide.
The House of Mirrors. Werewolf Village. Out of Order Roller Coaster, which is it says Out of Order Roller Coaster, ride if you dare.
Well, say it's one of those coasters you see on Coaster Tycoon where it's missing a rail.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
it's missing just a piece of the track.
It flies off, though, into the neighbor's park, so their score goes down when they die.
Yeah.
That's the real thing, is that's how they keep a 5-star.
No, Nobody's ever died at HorrorLand.
Yep, exactly. No one's ever died.
But next on the
Actually,
neighbors.
it's funny that you say no one's died at Horrorland. There's a literal part in the book where they are like, "Has anyone ever died here?" to a horror, and he's like, "No one's ever died. No one's ever died here once." And they're like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, no one can die more than once. And they're just like, "What?"
That's funny. Okay, that's funny.
All right, then we have the Bat Barn, Alligator Pond, Vampire Village, Monster Zoo. Sam's first choice of going.
I just
I don't know,
imagine
Werewolf Village.
I just imagine the Vampire Village and the Werewolf Village are like on opposite sides of the M because
So
they'll
they're gonna
fight.
each other, yeah.
See, my thought is just like everyone thinks that, but they're really just chill. They're like,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't care.
Guillotine Museum, Free Fall, the only bungee jump without the bungee.
Can we bring some
That's
billionaires to the Guillotine Museum?
Yes.
just give him to the bungee drop too.
And the Coffin Cruise. Doing a little bit more research, I was like, R.L. Stein clearly based Zoo Gardens off of Busch Gardens, and I was kind of wondering, what rides did they have in 1994?
Yeah.
And guess what? I found a map from 1993. I would assume it hasn't changed much between the 1 year. So, some rides you can ride are the Python or Scorpion roller coasters, the Congo River Rapids,
Okay.
the Monstrous Mamba or Sandstorm thrill rides, the Ubanga Bonga bumper cars, the Stanley Falls log ride, the Tanganyika tidal wave, which looks kind of like how the Jurassic Park ride is,
okay.
where it's like a bunch of people on like a Splash Mountain style kind of log ride,
Yeah, okay.
but it's like a bigger boat.
But there's still no fox that says, "I'm gonna marry your dad."
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Or they could have seen the mini animals that they have there, which at that point in time they had quite a selection, even orangutans,
Wow.
which is where I would be going first
Aw.
because I love those guys.
I still love when we went in Phoenix and it was cold. Like it was during It was during
Yeah, we
January,
went to
so
January.
it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
And like they were just like huddled up in blankets, and they put like enrichment food out,
Mhm.
and the orangutans went and they just grabbed all the food and then brought it
Oh,
back
back to the
into
blanket.
But no, he had the he held like what's it called? He like
He like
cloak
had
wore-
it over him, and then he like grabbed the food,
like
and
a
then
cloak. Yeah,
and then he
It was
just
so
went
cute.
back like to go into like the slightly warmer
That's
area.
so
If you follow
smart.
my Instagram at _RuPaul, there's pictures of it on my Instagram if you're curious to see it.
But yeah, it was just cute because it was just like I was talking to someone there and we're like, we don't blame them.
So
Yeah.
smart
But-
apes right there.
Clay is the millhouse in this book. Because he's the friend who got to join along, kind of like when Bart invited Millhouse to go on that one summer vacation trip. And then he's also kind of a wimp and kind of the butt monkey of the group.
Oh man.
I like how none of the kids look like Dad. Mom cheated. Like, there's a description of, like, we all look like our mom, but none of us look like Dad. And I'm just like, who are you fucking?
That's
Like,
a horror.
See, my grandma was at least smart and fucked guys that looked close enough to my grandpa. So we're not sure who's the real.
Damn.
There's a moment where there's like, they don't talk about, like, a lot of the food at Horrorland. There's only one type of food they talk about, and it's black ice cream. And Luke is disgusted by it, and I'm like, my boy, you're right to be disgusted, because if you eat black ice cream and it's not made properly, you're gonna have green shits for like a week.
Well, wasn't vanilla originally black?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's usually like a brownish color.
Vanilla beans themselves, like the pod itself, is actually black.
Yeah, so when they made ice cream, it wasn't until they realized they can color things with...
So it could just be that, so it wouldn't. My other concern is some places that will do this, because you have to be wary about this, going into spooky months.
Yeah.
They'll food color with activated charcoal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is concerning because it can undo medications, because that's also what like paramedics and stuff will give for people that have ingested something poisonous. So be careful about that.
Okay, good to know.
If it's made with squid ink, you're okay.
Yeah, squid ink, as far as I know, has no... Unless you're, like, allergic to it, but that's a different...
There's also a, kind of a random detail in this book. Like, they mention this, like, maybe 3 or 4 times, but, like, they'll see another family, and there always will have kids that are crying. And I'm just like, that's kind of like, I don't know, like, I mean, yeah, we've all gone to, like, Disneyland. There's always, like, going to be a kid crying, but it's like, it's for something stupid of, like, I don't want that toy or whatever. But, like, at HorrorLand, these kids are just fucking creeped out, being like, oh my god.
Or sometimes you get, like, the overtired kids where you're like, come on, it's time for a nap. Yeah!
Oh, man.
But, like, that, yeah, it's not, like... The fact that they're always crying, like, is so much creepier than, like... Than the, I want the churro, no, you're not getting the churro, and the kid losing their shit.
I never realized how many times we've been to Disneyland, and I realized how many times I've not gone to Fantasyland. That's like my last on my mind, but even then I just go on everything else like a second time.
You go to Matterhorn, that's Fantasyland.
That's true, but I don't go to like...
But, like, I
think I haven't done the teacups in a long time, actually.
Oh, I love the teacups.
I low-key hate some of, like, the dark fantasy rides, because it's where they'll put the little kids, and the little kids have no personal space, and and there was one person that kept hitting me with their hat that I almost went, if it hits me again, it's mine.
You gotta tell them, man, I swear.
Because, like, I get you want to have fun, but you do not need to smack me in the ass with your face, 5-year-old child.
Chapter 19, page 87... There's an error in the original printing, Sam. Or you have the book.
No. I need
page 87.
No, I need Spongy to fix it right now.
You can't fix
it. It's in the book.
Yes, you can. You can.
No.
Spongy is a magical being. He can do it.
87?
87. It's like the second sentence.
Don't put that kind of pressure on Spongy.
Oh, I could heard the dull thud of the other coffin lid slamming shut.
That's the one. I could heard.
I could heard.
And unfortunately, I don't have the reprint version. I wanted to see if they fix that in the reprints. I don't know. But if anybody at home who is listening to this has the reprint version, could you tell me? I'm kind of curious, in all honesty.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And also, did R.L. Stine create weird prank reality television with this book?
Maybe.
Because there was reality TV shows, not including, like, game shows. Like, you had, like, Double Dare, but that's a game show. But you had, like, Wild and Crazy Kids and Real World. But nothing like what was explained in this book. R.L. Stine, ahead of his time.
I feel like Japan had that in the bag before us.
I know R.L. Stine is the biggest weeb who goes to Japan all the time, Weiss, but we don't need to tell our audience every single time.
Actually, I'm just kidding.
Alrighty, guys, do you want a true scare count? Like, what's actually legitimately scary in this book?
Yeah.
Yes. Fun fact, a lot of Goosebumps books end chapters with false scares. This book doesn't. These are all legit scares. So, first off, we have the car blowing up, which is a nice fuck you, you're stuck here, assholes. I don't know about you guys, I think the car exploding's scary.
Yeah,
oh no, like, I was like, you heard me, I was like, damn.
Yeah, literally, Sam had an audible damn.
Because, yeah, I was not expecting a car exploding.
Yeah, that was a little too crazy.
The Doom Slide. I find the gamble of this one to be just as scary as actually being stuck on the Doom Slide forever. It's Russian roulette, except you die a slow, agonizing death of thirst or starvation. Then again, is the Doom Slide a real threat, or is it just a fake out like in the book? Or is that just a guise to fool the audience into a sense of safety? Is there a true Doom Slide in this Doom Slide?
I think so.
Maybe.
You know?
Millhouse is gone anyways.
Yeah.
It's not it's Claire now.
It's Claire.
Claire. Oh, yeah, Claire.
He didn't go through...
Claire House.
She didn't.
Claire didn't go down the Doom Slide. She went through the trans slide.
Yeah, she went through the trans slide.
That's right.
I mean, the colors of the book are almost trans. Like, it's almost trans colors. Like if you lowered the tone of both those colors. Like I said already, I kind of already explained the House of Mirrors of them slowly almost getting crushed to death. That's number 3 for my list. The Bat Barn is, I mean, bats are kind of scary in general of like, if they're flying low to you, they're not trying to mess with you, but this is a swarm of bats. These kids don't know what's going on. You don't know what kind of disease you're gonna get. One gets inside the girl's hair, by the way.
Oh my.
That's horrifying.
I feel sad for the bat.
Yes. Weiss is a bat apologist.
Damn.
The Coffin Cruise. Obviously, the family unanimously agrees that they went too far with the lid of the coffin closing on them and encasing them in their own death case. And they could have also suffocated in this, by the way. I mean,
yeah.
Fuck off with that shit.
In the comic, it does a really good job of, like, talking about how she's like, it's getting hard to breathe in here.
Yeah. My breath is, like, it's literally the air in here is getting stale and hot.
Yikes.
And unfortunately, the description of the story did not go over the whole obstacle course at the end, but the family gets pushed into an obstacle course filled with monsters that are trying to kill the family. And people have apparently died in this because they're like, hey, 3 out of 5 of them survived, but then they're like, oh, never mind, 5 out of 5 survived. That's a new record.
Yeah.
Oh, so like...
they could have been killed. Dad literally got his arm slashed and is bleeding.
I say 1 out of 5 because it wasn't Tombs. Why am I forgetting the name of the spirits?
Tomb Raider.
No, the dang Nickelodeon show.
Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Temple, yes. Temple Guardians.
The Temple Guardians. Ooh.
Just
Alright, guys. I got some random questions for you. On road trips, how would you entertain yourself?
Oh, like, is that pre or before? Like, as a kid?
Anytime. As a kid or even as an adult.
So as an adult, especially when I had to travel alone, I would do either podcasts or audiobooks.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially when I had to drive to Phoenix and by myself, I listened to, because it's something that gave me a little more than just music.
What'd you listen to?
I did Last Podcast on the Left.
I remember that.
I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, because that was like
Dungeons and Daddies?
I did catch up on Dungeons and Daddies. I'm gonna say I didn't do it for season 2.
Yeah, it wasn't around that then.
Yeah, and then I can't remember.
I played my Game Boy. That's what I said. I was definitely I had to play my Game Boy because I am bored.
Yep, no.
Or read.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
read.
on the same DS.
Yep.
Yeah. Handhelds.
Yeah, mine was the Game Boy Advance. Those were good
Yeah.
times.
I'd also put on headphones and listen to music I wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
Because my dad would listen to Pippin 3 times in one car trip. And it's not that good of a soundtrack, Dad. I'm sorry, it's not.
Mr. Hager, I apologize for what she said. What they said.
Do not kiss my dad's ass.
I want the house, Sam! I don't want them to sell it. Let's get this house. We love Pippin, right?
Pippin's great.
I don't think it's gonna really matter. They don't listen to this.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. And
if I wasn't able to play my game, or if I wasn't liking the music with my siblings, we would play Slugbug.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Or Out of State License Plate.
Never played that one.
You never did that one?
No.
No, you did.
With you.
We would play it together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we did, but I was saying, like, with brothers and family.
Yeah, Slugbug or Out of State License Plate. There's another one I can't remember that was, like, car-related.
Another thing I would do, because my parents, ahead of their time as always now, we had portable DVD players, and what's it called? I watched movies out that like that and stuff.
We had that once.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah. That's a good way. I was about to say, me and Sam watched, what's it called, A New Hope on our last road trip.
Yeah.
Well, no, not our last road trip, but like 2 road trips back, because we just listened to music and talked mostly during our last road trip.
Because, well, when I was driving, so
Yeah.
I shouldn't watch anything when I'm...
obviously.
Too, it's one of those, like, if you're with someone that you can just, like, talk with, and it's one thing.
Keep them up, keep them ready.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Nobody falls asleep every time.
One thing I did for one road trip, I was basically forced to go because my last job, fuck you, because I was driving back from like a 4-hour drive, starting at 9 o'clock at night, back to Tucson.
Whoa.
And my coworker fell asleep, so I put on Patton Oswalt because it was like enough to make me laugh, and if I'm laughing, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
It was specifically the one that had the rat and the orgy.
Gotcha. Alrighty, next question. Ever been lost on a road trip before?
Yes.
Yes.
Our Disneyland trip. It was me, Juan, Jesse, and Dylan, and Nolia had stayed in California because her parents went up to go visit family at the same time. So, I don't sleep on road trips whatsoever. Plane ride, whatever.
I'm not big on sleeping either.
But the one time I felt like, you know what, I can sleep, because we we're driving like at night, and Juan was driving, and so we're driving. You know what? I was like, I'm falling asleep because usually I'm the one who likes to make sure we're on track or to make sure we're okay. For some reason, as I woke up, I looked at all the signs, and all the signs were in damn Spanish.
Did you guys end up in Mexico?
We ended up in Mexico, and I saw a sign that said Tijuana, and I was like, "Oh, we're Tijuana. What happened?" He's like, "I don't know, dude. We're trying to figure. He's trying to figure out a way out." If I remember correctly, like the freaking GPS was just acting silly, so he was kind of lost for a quick second.
Oh no,
poor guy.
And then that was like the worst thing to happen to us because we got out and got to the border to go back into the U.S.
Yeah,
and we got the worst border patrol, dude. Like hands down, the worst experience I'll ever have. But other than that, yeah, that's the one time we ever got lost on a trip.
Oh my god,
on a road trip.
I got lost going back on that one trip where I was leaving this like bumfuck town at 9:00 at night.
Yeah,
and we made one wrong move, and we were in this like tiny small town in Phoenix, and it was like Trump, like every fucking where. And I'm like, this is so gross. I hate this. I'm in hell.
Well, you were in a city outside of Phoenix, so yeah.
Yeah, again, I was in hell.
I've never been lost on a road trip as far as I know. My mom was pretty good about keeping the map for my dad and stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
And you were pretty smart on the last road trip of just everything was pretty much a straight shot. Like nine things out of 10.
I do my best to do that. I plan ahead with this stuff, and I always make sure to GPS that shit too, so we don't get lost either. And I always make sure to tell Sam when to turn way ahead of time.
Yeah, versus
the GPS being like, turn here now.
I'm already on the left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And 4 lanes over.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. At HorrorLand, which rides would you guys like to try? Personally, I kind of want to do the Doom Slide. It sounds like fun.
I did the Doom Slide.
I miss those.
I can't do any like slides or water slides anymore because
It's just a regular slide.
I can't control my body, so I am like everywhere.
You're like that one cop who went down that one slide.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a straight shot though. Those slides. They're straight.
this
not
one,
curvy.
this one's like more curvy than anything. Like it's
Yeah.
like curving.
You still have
I've
to
never been on
still have to have balance and control for your body to keep still.
Yeah, because you don't want to like
Straight.
fly and shit.
Yeah, I would do the coffin.
Coffin cruise, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would not.
You love spiders.
Mm-hmm.
I am claustrophobic. Like I'm.
Yeah, I would probably do the coffin cruise.
I go to an MRI and I'm totally in case because it's my head that needs to go in.
I'd like to do it just to experience it. Maybe even take a nice nap.
Mm-hmm.
See, my problem is like once it gets hard to breathe, that's where I'll start like really.
Yeah, that's probably where I would start panicking.
Okay,
too.
yeah, okay. If there's no hard to breathe part, yeah.
Because like an MRI, they're not gonna be like, no, we're just gonna cover your face.
Yeah, that's true.
Cover
That's
up.
true.
Gonna make you not be able to. We're just gonna suffocate you right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, so as always, I try to go into detail about what may have inspired R.L. Stine with these specific Goosebumps. I only have theories with this one. There's no confirmed, he was inspired by this or something like that. But honestly, I feel like R.L. Stine probably based this on his own life of getting lost on vacation once. How the dad reacts about not being able to enjoy anything after the car explodes feels like it's coming from experience. Because he's all like, I can't enjoy anything now. Like, my god, what can I do? And it's like, R.L. Stine said that in his life.
It's
Yeah.
either that or maybe it was his dad because, you know, some people do get angry and it ruins the rest of the day, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I also think R.L. may have been inspired with the whole game show, reality show bits. From his time working at Nickelodeon, you know, maybe seeing Double Dare being filmed, something like that. And then the whole amusement park section was probably inspired by Stine when he had to, when he probably went to Universal Studios for Double Dare or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe even, because I know that he wrote a book later this year called The Beast based on the roller coaster. So maybe he got inspired by that as well.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he was like taking notes between, writing that one. And guys, it's time to get your tiny glasses and smoking pipes out, because it's time to get into fancy talk with Mr. Rupel of what may have inspired the Stine. Any guesses of what classic literature I believe R.L. Stine was inspired by this one?
My brain goes in a weird direction.
Johnny got his gun, you're absolutely correct. No, no, it's not an anti-war parable.
Dangerous Liaisons.
That one I don't know that story.
It's basically like these two people just start fucking with these young lovers.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know.
Yeah,
No,
and
no, it's not.
just for their entertainment, even though it's causing them misery.
Yeah.
That's more what I'm going with theme-wise.
No, I'm going with the Divine Comedy, aka Dante's Inferno.
Oh, okay.
Hear me out here? For all you Divine Comedy heads out there, the family happens to come upon Horrorland much like Dante falls into hell by accidents. As they traverse, they learn about the twisted world and are even warned by those who have fallen to leave, which happens in this story. Granted, it has been years since I've read the Divine Comedy. I'm pretty sure Dante is, like, warned. I mean, I guess the gate counts as, you enter here, whatever kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Thank you. But honestly, I think Horrorland may be hell because there's a theme of being trapped with all these rides. Literally, trapped on the Doom slide, trapped in the House of Mirrors, being closed encased in a coffin. There is a common theme of being trapped in a personal hell.
Yeah?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I went full YouTube theory here. They actually died in the explosion. They're actually in hell right now. No.
They're in literal hell.
Yeah, they're in hell.
But
Yeah.
that's just a theory.
A goose theory.
A goose theory.
But no, though that's what I made. I don't actually think Arlstein was inspired by Dante's Inferno as much as like Moby Dick with the last one.
I like your theory.
But it's an idea, and Sam and I were the only ones who really read anything. Sam, what's your book report on the comic book adaptation?
So I think the comic portrayed it really well. There is a lot of like intense moments, and I think the style really works well in in that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a monochrome one, which I actually like for this because
Yeah.
it just does have a nice feel of both kind of that. It gives a little more ambiguity for certain things,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't make it so serious that it doesn't feel like it's a Goosebumps anymore.
Fair enough.
So I'd give it probably, as well as like a short comic goes, 4 out of 5.
All right, okay. This one is a thrill ride, pun intended. From start to finish, it charges forward, not stopping for anything. And the scares in this one are almost entirely real. Like, the family almost dies multiple times. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of Luke and his shenanigans being like, I'm the pinching king, me. But honestly, we needed this force to explore the park and also be a nuisance of kind of coming up with the pinching bit. If I had, I mean, I really don't have anything to, like, nitpick on this one. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the ending of this one, honestly. I think it's a little stupid of, like, here's your tickets for next year.
How would you have ended it?
Honestly, I'm okay with a happy ending of them getting home, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Or them failing to get home. Like, the TV show...
They learned they're in hell, actually.
Yeah, they're actually in hell. That's how I did it.
He wants the ending that confirms it.
The TV show has a different ending where they escape on the bus, but the game show is going on, and they drive them off a cliff.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh.
I almost like that ending a little bit more, because it's so grim dark. But that's a little too fucked up, I think, for a Goosebumps.
Yeah, that's a little like...
It's a little much. This does at least lead into an amazing video game made by DreamWorks for the PC that features Jeff Goldblum, Charlie from the Santa Claus, and that little redheaded boy from Under Wraps. You know the one, Weiss.
Oh, yeah, one of the glasses.
He doesn't have glasses.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
No.
he's a nerd one.
No, he doesn't have glasses.
What the heck am
I don't know what you're thinking about. I'm pretty positive he doesn't have glasses.
He does.
No. I will bet money.
You know what? I'm thinking of the kid from the
Under Wraps 2. No.
the Under Wraps 2, sure.
No. The animated one. But no, I give One Day at HorrorLand a perfect 5 deflated horrors out of 5. This is a perfect Goosebumps in my opinion. Like,
Nice.
It doesn't fuck around. This one does not fuck around.
Had a lot of actually scary stuff in it.
Legitimately scary things what happened.
Yeah, like it was legit, like...
Yeah. Thank you for joining us this week on Drunken Book Club. Guys, if you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, either on the Twitter or wherever you're listening to us. It really does mean a lot. 5 stars on Spotify or on iTunes really helps us out as well, helps people find our podcast. And if you really like us, join our Patreon at patreon.com/drunkenbookclub. There's 2 ways to join. One is the free way. You get everything like a week later. Whoopity-doo. You get this episode. You also get the newest episodes a day early to everyone who doesn't, who's just on the subscription feeds or whatever. Whoopity-doo. But for $1 a month, you can get these episodes almost a week early. You get a bonus episode every week immediately. My notes, my weekly pairing lineups, and a bunch of other crap that I post on there. $1 a month. Be like Weiss and Trey. Be awesome. Be cool. I'll eventually send out bookmarks when I get the chance. And anyone have anything to say before we head out?
I deflated. Blow me.
Okay.
Last night I took a walk in the dark to a place called Palisades Park. To have some fun and see what